Hello everyone, myself Mukesh Kumar Pandey. I am Assistant Professor of Botany at CUSA Institute of Science run by CU Ronak Foundation, Ashram Road, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Today we are going to discuss about types of embryo sac. This topic has been selected from BSc Semester 3 Botany, paper number 202, unit number 3. So let us begin with types of embryo sac. It is also known as female gametophyte. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the embryo sac formation process, in which we have studied about the 8 nucleate and 7 celled structure of embryo sac, which was a normal type. Actually, 3 types are there. The 3 type of embryo sac are there. One is monosporic embryo sac, second is bisporic embryo sac, and third one is tetrasporic embryo sac. So one by one, we will discuss about all these 3 types. The first type is monosporic. Actually, in this type of embryo sac, only one megaspore will remain functional. We know that by the meiosis process, 4 megaspores are produced, but 3 are degenerated and only one remain functional. The functional megaspore is having only a single haploid nucleus. That's why it is also known as monosporic type of embryo sac. Because only one haploid nucleus is going to be divided by mitotic division and it is responsible to produce the whole embryo sac. So in this type, only one megaspore is functional and it is having only a single haploid nucleus which is going to produce the whole embryo sac. That's why it is called monosporic type of embryo sac. And this type of embryo sac is also divided into 2 types. One is polygonum type and second one is Inothera type. In the polygonum type, you can say this is a normal type of embryo sac formation which you have studied in the last lecture. 8 nucleated and 7 celled structure that we have discussed. Mostly this type of embryo sac is present in plants. 81% families of plant are having such kind of embryo sac. This type of embryo sac was first time described by Strasburger in the polygonum plant. That's why it is famous as a polygonum type of embryo sac. And now one more thing you have to remember, this is very important. In this type of embryo sac formation, the embryo sac will be developed from the chalazal megaspore. That means the 3 megaspores which will be degenerated, they will be of micropylar end, not from the chalazal end. So only one megaspore which is present towards the chalazal end, it will remain functional, while the megaspore which are present at the micropylar end, they will be degenerated. Now the nucleus is divided 3 times to form the 8 nucleate embryo sac. The megaspore which is functional is having a single haploid nucleus, and that nucleus is going to be divided by 3 mitotic divisions. So as a result of continuous 3 mitotic division, 8 nucleate structure will be produced. Now in this diagram we can understand the development process of polygonum type of embryo sac. 2 processes are there, remember. The first one is megasporogenesis and second one is megagametogenesis. When the megaspores will be produced, it is called megasporogenesis. When gametes are there, gametes will be produced, then it is called megagametogenesis. So before the formation of gametes, the spores are produced, and we know that the spores are produced by the division in the mother cell. So here the megaspore mother cell, in short it is called MMC, is going to be divided by meiotic division. So here the meiosis process is going on, and meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, that means here division 1 and division 2 both are meiotic type of divisions, and we know that as a meiosis 1 the dyad will be produced like this. So this is the dyad will be which is produced by meiosis 1, and when the meiosis 2 will take place, the tetrad will be produced. That means 4 megaspores are produced here. But now the megaspores which will be present towards the micropylar end, these 3 megaspores which were present at the micropylar end are degenerated, and only one megaspore which is towards the chalaza is functional now, which is having a single haploid nucleus. So now this single haploid nucleus which is present in the megaspore, this is functional megaspore. Now the further process of megagametogenesis will be done by this functional megaspore, and the haploid nucleus which is present in this megaspore will be divided by continuous 3 mitotic divisions, which you can see in this diagram. So this is functional megaspore which is having single haploid nucleus, and now mitosis 1, mitosis 2 and mitosis 3. That means here the division 3, 4 and 5, they all are mitotic type of divisions. Mitosis process is going on here. So as a result of mitosis, you can see from one nucleus, 2 nuclei, then from 2 nuclei, 4 nuclei, and then 4 to 8 nuclei will be produced. So you can see in this diagram, finally as a result of 3 successful mitotic divisions, 8 nucleate structure is there, and these 8 nuclei are arranged in this manner. 4 nuclei are present at the chalazal end and 4 at the micropylar end. Now the arrangement of the nucleus with the cell in this next diagram, this is the final embryo sac in which you can see the cells are produced. How the structure will be produced? One nucleus from the micropylar end will move towards the center of the cell, and one nucleus from the chalazal end and also move towards the center. So 2 nuclei will be arranged in the center of the cell and they will form the central cell, which is also known as secondary nucleus. And now the three nuclei which will remain at the micropylar end will be converted into egg apparatus, in which one egg cell will be there and 2 synergids will be there. In the same way, the 3 nuclei which are present at the chalazal end, they will produce the antipodals. So in this manner, 8 nucleate and 7 celled structure will be produced, which is called polygonum type of embryo sac. Now come on the next type, that is Inothera type of embryo sac. This type of embryo sac is having only 4 nuclei. So this is 4 nucleate embryo sac in which egg apparatus, which is having 3 cells, one is egg cell and 2 synergids. And polar nucleus is also here single cell structure. It develops from micropylar megaspore. Remember, this is the main thing. This is the major difference between the polygonum type and Inothera type. The Inothera type is type of embryo sac will be developed from micropylar megaspore, not from the chalazal megaspore. So it is just opposite to the polygonum type, because in the polygonum type the megaspores which are present towards the chalazal are responsible to produce the embryo sac. But here in this case, the micropylar megaspore is going to produce the embryo sac, while the chalazal megaspores will be degenerated. They do not have antipodals. Remember, they are not having antipodals because only 4 nucleate structure is there. So antipodals will be absent here. Now in this diagram you can see the Inothera type of embryo sac, how it is developed. Here also both the processes will be there, the megasporogenesis and megagametogenesis will be there. Same process will be there just like the polygonum type. But what is the difference? You can see here the megaspore mother cell is divided by meiotic type of division, and dyad will be there, then tetrad will be there as a result of meiosis 2. But what is the new thing? Here the 3 megaspores which are degenerated, they are chalazal megaspore, not the micropylar. Here the micropylar megaspore will remain functional, which is having 1 haploid nuclei, and this is going to be divided by mitotic division. So 2 mitotic divisions are there continuous. So 1 to 2 nuclei and 2 to 4 nuclei will be there. Here the process will be stopped and only 4 nucleate structure will be there. And you can see here, now this 4 nuclei will be arranged in this manner. 1 will remain at the center of the cell and 3 will be at the micropylar end. So 1 egg cell and 2 synergids, they will produce the egg apparatus at the micropylar end, and 1 will remain in the center, while antipodal cells are absent in this case. So antipodal cells will be absent here. You can also understand this structure in the inverted form, because we have explained about the degenerated chalazal part in the below region. So you can understand this is inverted form. You can just take it as an inverted manner, then you will understand the antipodals will be absent here, and the egg apparatus is there. So 4 nucleate structure is there here. Now come on the next type, that is bisporic embryo sac. In the bisporic type of embryo sac formation, why we are saying this is bisporic? Here in this case also only one megaspore will be functional. But we are saying this is bisporic because here in this case the functional megaspore will be having 2 haploid nuclei. That's why it is called bisporic type of embryo sac formation. It develops from one of the 2 dyads formed as a result of first meiotic division, which is done in the megaspore mother cell. Both the nuclei of the functional dyad take part in the formation of embryo sac. So 2 nuclei are taking part in the formation of embryo sac. Each nucleus undergoes 2 mitotic divisions, and the mature embryo sac is 8 nucleated. The 8 nuclei are organized into antipodals, egg apparatus, and polar nuclei as in the polygonum type of embryo sac. The 4 nuclei derived from one megaspore nucleus are genetically different from the other 4 derived from the second megaspore nucleus. Now, on the basis of the position of functional dyad, bisporic embryo sac are of 2 types. Because the dyad which is active and which is degenerated, it may be towards the chalaza or towards the micropyle. So on the basis of that, we can divide the bisporic embryo sac also into 2 types. One is ileum type and second one is Endymion type. In the ileum type of embryo sac, the chalazal dyad will be functional and it will develop the embryo sac. In the case of Endymion type, the micropylar dyad will be functional and the chalazal dyad will be degenerated. So first of all, let us see the development of bisporic embryo sac, but which type? That is ileum type. So in this ileum type of embryo sac development, first of all, the megaspore mother cell will be divided by meiosis. So dyad will be produced. Now what is the new thing here? In the meiosis 2, both the cells are not going to be divided. Actually, the division will be there, but what is the problem? They are not separated by the cell plate. Cell wall or cell plate will not be produced inside the cell. So suppose we are talking about the ileum type here. So we know that, as we have studied here, in the ileum type, the chalazal dyad will be functional. It is going to produce the embryo sac. So suppose this chalazal, this is the chalazal dyad and this is micropylar. Dyad is there. This is micropylar towards the micropyle, suppose, and this is towards the chalaza. So this chalazal will be functional and micropylar will be degenerated. So you can see in this diagram, this is degenerated micropylar dyad part or cell, and this one is the active part or functional part, which is going to be divided by meiosis 2. And we know that in the meiosis 2, this cell will produce 2 cells, but both the cells are not separated by the cell plate. So they will work as a single cell. That's why from this cell, which is active, such kind of structure will be there, in which from one nuclei to 2 nuclei will be produced, but cell will be single. Understood? So cell will be single because no cell plate formation will be there like this. In this manner, no cell plate will be there. So only 2 nuclei will be produced, but the cell will remain single. So such kind of meiosis is going on here. Without cell plate formation, the division is going on, and one cell is degenerated already. Only this one is functional, which is towards the chalaza, and only nucleus will be divided, but they will remain in the single cell because the cells are not separated. So these 2 nuclei which are present in this functional megaspore. So here also you can see only one megaspore is functional. No, not both the megaspores are functional. Here also only one megaspore is functional, but it is having 2 haploid nuclei that you can see in this diagram. 2 haploid nuclei which are taking part to produce the embryo sac by the mitotic divisions. That's why it is called bisporic, because 2 haploid nuclei are taking part in this process. So Now the division 3 will be of mitotic type, and you can see from 2 nuclei, now 4 nuclei are there, because both the nuclei will produce 2 nuclei. So from here also 2 and from here also 2, total 4 nuclei will be produced. And after that, when the next mitotic division will occur second time, these 2 nuclei will produce 4 and this 2 also produce 4. So total 8 nucleate structure will be there. Then after that, the same process, just like the polygonum type, the arrangement of nucleus in the center and at the end parts, and then they will be surrounded by cells and antipodals, 3 antipodals and egg apparatus, and central cell will be produced. So other process will be same like the polygonum type. Same type of arrangement will be there. So 8 nucleate and 7 cell structure will be produced here. Now come on the next type, that is Endymion type. So ileum type is completed. In the Endymion type also you can see same type of embryo sac is there. There is no difference in the embryo sac. But what is the difference? The difference is there only in the case of active megaspore. Here the micropylar megaspore will be functional and chalazal megaspore will be degenerated. Just opposite to the ileum type, you can understand this process, which is very easy. And you can see here the dyad is there, but now in this case, this chalazal megaspore will be degenerated and this micropylar megaspore will remain functional. Same type of process, no cell plate formation, only 2 nuclei are there and both the nuclei will participate in the formation of embryo sac. The same process will be there. Then the mitotic division will be continuous here division 3, and after that division 4 will also be here, and it will produce 4 nucleate structure and finally 8 nucleate structure. So arrangement of the cell will be like this, and 8 nucleate and 7 cell structure will be produced. Now come on the next type, that is tetrasporic embryo sac. Tetra means 4. Meiotic divisions of the megaspore mother cell is not accompanied by cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is not going on, and hence all the 4 haploid nuclei lie in the single cell, which is called cynomegaspore. So here in this case, why it is called tetrasporic? Because here 4 haploid nuclei are participating in the formation of embryo sac. So now you can clearly understand, in the case of monosporic type of development, only a single haploid nucleus is participating. In the type of bisporic embryo sac, 2 haploid nuclei are taking part in the embryo sac formation, and in the tetrasporic type of embryo sac, 4 haploid nuclei are taking part in the formation of embryo sac, which is called cynomegaspore here. All 4 nuclei of the cynomegaspore participate in the formation of embryo sac. Genetically more heterogeneous, they are different from each other than the bisporic type. The tetrasporic embryo sacs are further divided on the basis of following criteria: the position of the haploid nuclei in the cynomegaspore, the number of times this nuclei divide, and organization of nuclei in the mature embryo sac. On the basis of this factor, we can divide them into different types. So many types are there in the tetrasporic embryo sac. When there is no nuclear fusion, when the nuclei are produced but they are not fused with each other, then they will be of different types, just like the Adoxa type, Plumbago type, Pinia type, Pepomia type, and Drusha type. So different types are there. And after the second meiotic division, 3 megaspore nuclei fuse to form triploid nucleus. When 3 megaspore nuclei are fused with each other and form triploid nucleus at the chalazal end of the cynomegaspore, and the 4th nucleus, which is present at the micropylar end, remains the haploid one. So such kind of arrangement will be there. 4 haploid nuclei are there, but 3 haploid nuclei which are present at the chalaza, they will be combined to form the triploid structure, and one which is present at the micropyle will remain only haploid. So 2 types are there in this type of process: Fritillaria type and Plumbagilla type. 2 types are there. So here in our syllabus, in our BSc Botany, we have to talk about only Fritillaria type of embryo sac. So now we will discuss about that. The 4 haploid nuclei of the cynomegaspore arrange themselves in 2 groups: 3 at the chalazal end in the form of a triploid nucleus. That means From 4 nuclei, 3 will be fused and they will form triploid structure which will be present towards the chalazal end, and one is haploid which will be present towards the micropylar end. The triploid chalazal as well as the haploid micropylar nucleus undergo 2 mitotic divisions, and as a result 4 triploid nuclei are formed at the chalazal end and 4 haploid at the micropylar end. In mature embryo sac, 3 haploid nuclei organize into egg apparatus. Now that you can understand in this diagram, actually here first of all, when the megaspore mother cell will be divided by the meiosis 1, it will produce 2 nuclei. Now you can see here there is no dyad formation because no cytokinesis is going on, no cell plate formation is going on. That means the division will be there, but cells are not divided. Cell will remain same, single cell, but nuclei will be increased in number. So from 1 to 2 nuclei as a result of division 1. This is meiosis, but no cell formation is there, only nuclei will be increased because no cytokinesis is going on, that's why. So from 1 to 2 and 2 to 4. So this is the process of meiosis. As a result of meiosis, 4 nuclei are produced, and all these 4 nuclei are going to participate for the formation of embryo sac. That's why it is tetrasporic type of embryo sac. And you can see here these 3 nuclei are present at the chalazal end and only 1 is present at the micropylar end. These 3 nuclei which are at the chalazal end, they will be fused. They will be fused to form a single triploid structure. So this is a triploid structure and this one is haploid. These 3 are forming a triploid structure and this one is haploid. Such kind of arrangement will be there. Now the mitosis will be started to produce the megagametes. So as a result of mitosis, you can see this haploid nucleus will be divided into 2 from 1 to 2. So 2 nuclei are there as a result of mitosis in this haploid nucleus. And in the same way, when this triploid structure will be divided by mitosis, so 2 triploid structures will be produced. From 1 triploid structure, 2 triploid structures like this. So this is 1 triploid and second triploid. So 2 triploid from 1 triploid will be produced. Now in the next mitotic division, these 2 nuclei will form the 4 nuclei like this, and these 2 triploid structures will form 4 triploid structures as a result of next mitosis. Now the arrangement will be there after the 2 mitotic divisions. The arrangement of such structures will be there. From here, from this chalazal end, 1 triploid nucleus will be in the center. It will move towards the center here, and from here, from the micropylar end, 1 haploid nucleus will move towards the center. So the structure will be like this. This 1 haploid nucleus is coming from micropylar end and this triploid nucleus is coming from chalazal end. So after this arrangement, you can see now only 3 triploid structures are present at the chalazal end and only 3 haploid structures are at the micropylar end. So this is having actually 16 nucleate structure that you can count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14, 15, 16. So total 16 nuclei are there. 16 nucleate structure will be produced as a result of tetrasporic type of embryo sac, and particularly in the Fritillaria type, remember that. So this is about all these 3 type of embryo sac formation. One is monosporic, second is bisporic and third one is tetrasporic. Thank you so much.